That's the way to do it for your fighting Phillies. Ben Davis, Michael Barkan, welcome to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. 6-4 fightins, and they break their 2-game losing streak. Alec Boehm gets off the schneid. He has a nice RBI to give him a 4-3 lead. Jesús Luzardo, not too shabby. ERA goes up just a little bit, but pretty good. Your thoughts on this game, Ben?
Good team win. Everybody taking care of business. I know this is a team sport, but the better you do individually, obviously, the better the team is going to perform. The Phillies tonight with 10 hits, 4 extra base hits. Luzardo was very good. Bullpen was outstanding, and they got the job done. It's nice to see Alvarado. He was able to bend, but he didn't break. It was a tricky situation there in that 8th inning, but he was able to nail it down. Just the one earned run that he allowed, able to get out of that 1st and 3rd with nobody out. He had already allowed 1 run in. Outstanding job by Alvarado. And JT doing it. It's just, again, just a really good team win.
We were talking about faith and hope in the pregame show, whether or not we have it in this team. And you recall they were 8-8 going into Game 17 this time last year. They then snapped off 7 straight wins after that 8-8 mark in 2024. Hopefully they do the same. They're a little better right now than they were this time last year at 10-7, Ben. But a win like this, as you said, complete team win. Pitching, relief pitching, and they got the hits when required. And they didn't just get 2 runs or 3 runs. 6 is a little bit different.
Yeah, you like to see them add on, and that's exactly what they did in tonight's ball game. And yeah, could they reel off 7, 8 in a row? Yeah, they could, because A, of their pitching, and B, it's just a matter of time before this lineup really starts to click. They'll feed off each other. They'll be just fine.
All right, let's go across the street now for the crossover presented by our friends at Chapman Auto Stores and check in with the Rubino. Ruben Amaro Jr. called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. First, Rube, tell us a little bit about the win. You just asked Alec Boehm about it. It looked like a mess. Just seeing the flag straight out and seeing some of the video online of what it looked like. It was crazy, wasn't it?
It was crazy, Michael. I mean, I was glad I was not playing in the outfield today, because you just don't know what was going to happen with the baseball. Saw balls go up in the air and stop, pop, and drop. You saw them like drift, hundreds and hundreds of feet. But the guys did a really good job of handling it. Fortunately for the Phillies, Elliot Ramos didn't quite get to that ball in left field, and that picked up the Phillies in a big way. But you got to play with the elements. It's part of the game, and certainly swirling here this evening.
Bryce Harper at the top of the lineup, 2 for 4 tonight. He looks like they may have found a niche for him at the top. I don't see Topper really fiddling with this lineup a whole lot as it stands right now, correct?
Really like to see Bryson Stott at the top of the lineup. I've talked about it, I think, in one of our pregame shows at some point, that he might do that. I really feel like he has the ability to be able to handle that, not just because he runs well, because he's got great hitting instincts. I think he handles the 2-strike situations really well, can put the ball in play, and I like the way he runs the bases, obviously, but I really like the way the lineup has shaped up right now. Hey, for a long time we had 2 lefties in Utley and Howard, going back-to-back 3 and 4. Why not with Harper and Schwarber? And a lot of guys really swung the bat well today. I mean, I like the way that Max Kepler swung the bat. He hit the ball in the screws 4 or 5 times well today, and that's nice to see as well. He only got 2 hits, but he could have gotten 4. But it's nice to see the big boys come through, too, with Harper hitting the big home run.
2 for 4 with a run scored for Mr. Kepler. All right, let's talk a little bit about Alec Boehm. I want you to put a proverbial arm around him and shake him. You know what I mean? And this guy's living the dream. He's making millions of dollars. He's going through a rough time right now, and he kind of shakes it off tonight, and he gets that single that gives the Phillies a lead, 4-3, and they needed it badly. And I'm listening to him after the game. I don't know if he's appreciative about how important that was and how everything hopefully will be okay. Mr. General Manager, talk to him.
Yeah, Michael, I will tell you, I've been there and done it. I've gone those 0 for 20-sums, and I wasn't very talented. This guy was a super talented guy and one of the most pure hitters that the Phillies have. He's gone through a struggle. He hasn't struggled a whole lot in his entire career. So you can imagine, you're at the big leagues and now struggling when you have the expectation of being, one of the 4-hole hitters and one of the guys at the top of the lineup and having these struggles. But hey, but the game will humble you, and hopefully he becomes better for it.
I agree.
This is a guy that had a lot of success, man, as an RBI guy for this team for the last 2 years, and hopefully this jumpstarts him a little bit.
I agree. He was batting 300 a year ago. He was an all-star, so we know that he can do it. Lastly, this might be a little overlooked or lost in the whole thing. Bryce Harper gets a home run, for goodness sakes, and I think we just expected of him, and he was going through a little down period as well. So to get that was, especially in this win, was pretty important, wasn't it?
It was huge. I mean, obviously you wanted an RBI in that situation. The fact that Schwarber's hitting behind him, I think he got some pitches to hit at least, and then he did his damage. I mean, he has the ability to come up big in a lot of big situations, and wasn't surprised at all that he did what he did. It's big for him. I think he's getting closer and closer. He's probably another 5 or so at bats from being exactly where he wants to be. At least that's according to what we've heard him talk about. And it's nice to see him hit that home run here this evening.
All right, Ruby. Love the sleeveless jacket. It's doing it for Ben and me.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, just bring a couple back with you. All right. Ruben Amaro Jr. at the ballpark. We'll check you tomorrow. And you can see how pumped he is about that. And Ruben just talked about it. I've been in the 1 for 26s, etc. And Alec Bohm has slumped, but he still should have the fortitude to stand in there. You could see that he was very relieved to get that hit tonight.
Yeah, down but not out. Obviously, they're going through it, and it's not just Bohm, it's not just Marsh. There's a lot of guys that are struggling offensively, but they still have that stick-to-itiveness to go out there, get their work in, and try to get the job done. We saw Brandon Marsh. Yes, he was 0 for 3, now batting 100, but he came up in a situation, runner on third base, less than 2 outs. He didn't get a hit. But you know what? He had a good professional at bat and drove a ball to center field. And what did Alec Bohm do the pitch before that? He hit a ball to the right side to advance the runner to third base. So it's good professional hitting. It's ABC baseball. It's good situational hitting, and they got the job done. Marsh also another line drive out to center field. Didn't get a hit, but he hit it on the screws, and that's the way it goes. He hit it into that tornado out there that they had at CBP.
Just incredible. And you go online and see some of it. You've seen some of it tonight. The wind, I've never seen it like that at Citizens Bank Park. But when you look at Marsh, I take that sac fly anytime. Whether it's a hit, a sac fly, it's scoring a run.
Yeah, and that's what I said before the game. Just because runners in scoring position, it might say 1 for 10 or whatever. As long as you get the RBI, maybe it's an RBI ground out. Maybe you get out in front and you smother one, you get it past the pitcher, and you still get a run in. Maybe you get that sac fly. It doesn't go down as a hit, but you still do your job situationally and get that run in, get an RBI for yourself, and get a run for the ball club.
All right, we mentioned the win. This is a video from Ray Dunn at 97.5. He's the guy that Ricky elbowed out in the basketball competition. Yeah, knockout. Look at the flags behind Ray. I can't believe he's standing in there. Look, you can see the masts on the flag, the flag poles. I thought they were going to fly off right there. That's in Ashburn Alley. That is crazy.
That's nasty.
And then to try to play, it's one thing to stand up. It's another to play baseball.
And you could say playing baseball in the rain is tough. Playing baseball in the wind is brutal. It's like playing golf in the wind. No one wants to do it, and sometimes you just have to. It affects a lot of things that you do. It affects the way the pitchers pitch. If the wind's blowing out, their breaking ball is going to be better, believe it or not, because you get that spin against the wind. If the wind's blowing in, breaking ball doesn't break as much. So these are all the factors that go into a ball game, and just realize that that wind does play. It plays a big outcome on the ball game.
It does. Sometimes you just have to play golf in the wind. You really do. It's especially Saturday morning, dear. I'll be playing golf in the wind. And home run as the Phillies start the scoring. What does the manager think? Here's Rob Thomson post-game in the clubhouse.
Seemed pretty fired up after the Bohm RBI single.
Yeah.
The Marsh sacrifice twice. What do you think of those guys?
I thought they had good at-bats. I mean, Boehmer did a couple of things, moved a runner in the second inning, and then Marsh gets the sac fly, and then Bohm gets a big RBI single. Yeah, everybody was pretty fired up. Seeing those guys be able to contribute to the club, and they love each other, and they want to see their teammates do well, and they did. And I thought Marsh's at-bats were good. He flew out to left. It wasn't hard hit, but at least he's staying on the ball, and then he hit a bullet to center field his second last at bat. So, making strides.
Kepler hit the ball well tonight too, so I'm
Really
really
good.
to see that and have the bottom of your order there really come through.
Yeah, and yeah, he's been swinging the bat really well. They had some long sessions in St. Louis, working on some stuff, and he's really. It looks like he's back into what he looked like in spring training.
How much of a factor was the win tonight?
Big time. You know, I'm not sure if Harp's ball goes out, but it was nice to see it go out. But yeah, it was difficult on pop-ups and fly balls for those guys.
You feel like Romano maybe turned the corner?
Yeah, I think the rest helped him that we gave him, and yeah, he's throwing the ball good. He's landing that slider, which is big for him.
Holmes driven in, almost 100 runs 2 years in a row, but it's been a while since he drove in a run with a hit. I mean, what does that do for his confidence? Just to
It's huge, you know, it really is. Marsh's at bats should be huge for his confidence too, you know. So I really liked our approach tonight. We had 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. I thought we played a really good game.
What did you think of Luzardo?
He was good, and I thought his secondary pitches got better as the game went on. He had that long 4th inning, 30-some pitches in the 4th, but then he came out in the 5th and mowed him down. So I thought he was good.
What differences have you noticed in Alex's approach over the past 6 games since you dropped him in the order?
Well, I think he's starting to get back to gap, you know, not trying to do too much. Just stay within himself, get good pitches to hit, and lay a good swing on it.
How important was JT's production to you?
Yeah, it was great. That, you know, I'm not sure if that home run was wind aided or it held the ball up. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's starting to swing the bat pretty good.
Alvarado's kind of had some long
Yeah.
outings. What do you make of those, and does that change how you have to handle him at all?
But I don't think you change it. I just think they've put some good at bats on him. He's throwing strikes, you know, but a lot of foul balls. They're working him a little bit with the foul balls, and really he didn't give up a solid hit tonight. It was all kind of soft contact. So he's throwing the ball well, and as long as he's throwing strikes, I'm good with it. And I think that'll sort of even itself out over time.
Rob Thomson talking about Jose Alvarado at the end there. Alvarado threw 30 pitches, done for tomorrow,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah. I mean, last time he threw 36, that was it for a couple of days
April
for him.
16th tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a long season.
Not going to happen. Also, he talked about the fact that Marsh and Bohm producing as they did tonight, that their teammates were so excited. He said they love each other.
They do.
And that's how important that is for them.
They do. The way these guys interact, I get to see them on the road, and how they interact, it speaks volumes about the relationships that they have. You spend more time with these guys than you spend with your actual family. You're with these guys for 7 months, 7 straight months. Day in, day out, and that's the joke at the end of the year. Say, all right, now I get to pick my own friends when the season ends. I get to pick my own friends because you're with these guys for 7 months, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the better relationship you have with these guys, the better off you're going to be. The easier it's going to be for that year to move on, move forward. So, yeah, they're pulling for each other. They're all pulling in the same direction, and it's nice to see a W tonight.
Yeah, he sure is fun to watch. 5 1/3, as you mentioned, with the 5 hits and the 3 earned runs. And you look at when he's on the mound, he just seems to be in control. He's an elite pitcher.
And when he misses, he doesn't miss by a whole lot. Now, you're looking at a Giants team that last night had 10 hits, 7 of which were extra base hits. So to limit them to just 3 earned runs, yes, there's probably a couple pitches in there he'd like to have back, but overall, I think you got to be pleased with the performance.
Jesús Luzardo in the clubhouse.
Frustrating, just no command throughout the whole game. I feel like in the 5th I got back into it, and then back out for the 6th, kind of fell behind again, but was able to battle through it, gave a chance to the team. Obviously the offense picked me up, and I'm thankful for that, but just kind of frustrating overall.
Was it a particular pitch that you didn't have a feel of, or was it just like all around tonight?
Just all around. I feel like mechanically it was a little off. Yeah, just mechanics in general.
You've got a month's worth of starts here now. How do you feel like you've done so far?
Yeah, I feel like I've gone out every time and given us a chance to win. So at the end of the day, that's all we want as starters. And obviously, today wasn't my best outing, but again, just being able to go out there and grind it out and kind of give some length and try to save the bullpen as much as possible.
Did the wind bother you at all?
No, I didn't feel it. I didn't even know how windy it was until afterwards.
A couple times it looked like the Giants were running on first move. Did you feel like you had to do anything differently tonight, or going forward with that?
Yeah, going forward, definitely. Just do some research, kind of look at what works, what doesn't work. Definitely just watch some video and see, what they're seeing and see how we can adjust to it.
Jesús Luzardo, and it would make sense that a pitcher would not feel the wind. He's throwing at 100 miles an hour, and the wind has little effect, not like a ball going up over the stadium.
Those guys get locked in, man.
Yeah.
They get locked in. But that's good to hear him say that. They black out everything, just keep your blinders on and go pitch.
I feel like I've gone out every time and given us a chance to win, and that's all we want day in and day out, and he certainly did that. Bryce in the clubhouse, post-game on his big hit.
Or was it kind of like anyone's guess on a night like this?
Yeah, no. I thought I got it, good enough, obviously. But never know with the win. But happy it went.
How difficult was it to stick with pop flies tonight?
Yeah, it was tough. Wind was swirling. So try to do it the best you can. Obviously, didn't do it the first time, and then that last out was pretty tough too. But got it done.
Tonight feel kind of like a step in the right direction, just team-wise, being able to rally there in the sixth inning.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to keep winning series and keep winning games, but it's still early, obviously. But just got to keep going, keep one game at a time, one inning at a time. Obviously, just continue to win and win series, and go from there.
How fired up you get for Bowen to come through in that moment there?
Yeah, it was big. I've said it a lot, man. I just want him to enjoy the game, and enjoy the game that he plays. Life could be a lot harder. Life could be, a lot tougher. We get to play this beautiful game every day, and I was standing on the on-deck circle in the third inning, and I was thinking about it, man. It's a great game we got to play, and obviously you're gonna go through ups and downs in life and season, but it's still and it's a hard thing to do. It is every night coming in and playing this game, but at the end of the day, we're all healthy, we're all strong. Just go out there and enjoy it, because it'll go quick, and you'll start thinking to yourself, why did I take it so serious? And it's gone now.
What made you have such a deep call from the under third inning?
I don't know, man. I'm just so thankful to play this game. I'm so thankful to play in this park, and I don't know. I think guys put so much stress on them and on themselves, and I do it. I do it every night. And I probably do it more than most, right? And I have my whole career, and I'm very tough on myself and very hard on myself. But when I see young guys or people going through it, it's a tough game. It's a tough thing to get through. That's sports. That's why we're so blessed to play a team game as well. I think we talked about the other day about Rory, being able to kind of get that monkey off his back and win, the Grand Slam, and what an incredible thing that we have teammates that we can kind of bounce things off of, and we're a family in here. And like I said, I want our young guys, I want our older guys to enjoy this game and enjoy the moment of being here and being a Philadelphia Philly.
What was going through your head yesterday when you saw the blue bat?
Oh man, that was really cool. Another baby boy, man. I'm so blessed to have the family that I do. I'm so grateful for that. 3 healthy ones, and hopefully have another healthy one as well. Gender, I don't care either way. As long as they're healthy, as long as they're strong. I feel like I'm more of a girl dad than I'm a boy dad, but obviously very thankful to hopefully welcome a baby boy here soon.
How do you keep your composure during the at-bat, just because that's such a big life now?
I didn't. You guys saw, but just super excited for it.
Bryce Harper talking about the gender reveal from last night, in which he walked to the plate with a blue bat given to him by Trey Turner at the last minute. Turner had a pink bat and a blue bat. He had the blue bat. You heard Taryn Hatcher during the game saying he tried to keep the bat in the on-deck circle from his wife Kayla so she wouldn't see it in the stands, and then unfurled it. Unfortunately, there was not a hit there, but that's okay. He's talking about it tonight. Everything's great. Here's the thing about Harper, quickly. I just want him to enjoy the game. he speaks of Alec Bohm. Life can be a lot tougher, a lot harder, and we get to play this beautiful game. And I hope Alec Bohm takes that to heart.
It's a game, it should be played.
He is blessed, as they all are, as we all are, because the Phillies won.